Hey, it's Tony again with Type 5 Reviews. I'm out here doing a little bit of fall leaf cleanup, and I thought I'd follow up an earlier video and let you guys know whether Preen actually works to keep weeds out of your mulch beds. So in late May, early June of this season, I put down a real nice layer of Preen over the whole mulch bed when I redid this area, and then followed it up with a 3 to 4 inch layer of mulch. Now those two things combined together have done a really good job at keeping all of the weeds out of this mulch bed for the entire season. I have not done any weed picking in this mulch bed whatsoever between late May and now early November. Now, it's not a perfect product. You can see here that this is Kentucky bluegrass, and it's starting to creep a little bit into the mulch beds. And you'll have a little bit of that if you don't really define those mulch beds perfectly or keep up with the thickness on the edges. But I thought I'd show you how the rest of these mulch beds have done through the course of the season, and show you some areas where I actually missed putting down some Preen. So again, along here, some of the edges that the mulch has gotten down a little bit on, the grass is starting to grow into that area. We'll fix that in the spring. But this entire area here has had Preen, except it was kind of a late idea for me to put mulch underneath the deck. So I didn't have a chance to put any Preen down before I decided to put the mulch down underneath the deck. And you can see underneath where I didn't put any Preen, there was a good amount of weeds that started popping up by the end of the season here through the mulch bed. Now they're starting to die down, but all underneath the deck there is a good amount of weeds where I didn't put any of that Preen down. Now, coming over to where I planted these arborvitaes, I actually didn't put any Preen down because I didn't want to inhibit any of this tree growth here when I planted them. And so you can see along the edges, we have some grass popping through, and there are some weeds slowly popping up through the mulch bed area over here. But this area of dirt where I ran out of mulch, I didn't put down any Preen whatsoever this entire year. And so you can see that bare dirt is just full of weeds. So in the spring, I'll have to take care of that before I put down some more Preen and then continue with the mulch. So continuing around the back here, we planted some new grass in this area. It's come up really nice, but back behind this shed, since I knew I was moving the shed back here, I put down some Preen by the shed, knowing that I was going to eventually cover it with mulch. And you can see this area has been bare this entire season, but has had Preen, and it's almost perfectly clean dirt. I have not spent any time whatsoever pulling weeds up from this area. That's been really nice. But you can see as well where I didn't put down Preen because I wanted to plant some grass at the end of the season. There have been some weeds that were popping up in this area. But again, where there was Preen, no weeds whatsoever. So take that for what it's worth. I know I'm going to be putting down some more Preen here in the spring when I go to refresh these mulch beds even more. So hopefully you've learned something. I'll leave a link down in the description below if you need to get some Preen for yourself. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, feel free to do so. Leave a like, and that's going to do it for today's video. So I'll see you all in the next one.